And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Yardmaster Express, which is actually the Express version, or an Express version based on the game Yardmaster, which is kind of weird, because if you watch my review of Yardmaster, which also went up today, you'll notice that I think this is a very, very light game. How do you make a lighter version of a light game? Well, they managed to do it. Is it worth getting one, or both, or forget about either one of them? Let's take a look. In Yardmaster Express, you have a bunch of cards which show different rail cards and different combinations. The purple cards are only used in a two-player game, but you'll notice that there's two cars on each card, and they're numbered between 2 and 4 on these, the numbers of them. On the back, you have 2s that are wilds, essentially. So what's going to happen is one person is going to draw a number of cards, and that's based on the number of players that are in the game. That person's the start player. They go first. They have the start player token. They also have a train card here, which also tells you what to do on your turn, which is kind of good. First thing you do on your turn is you draw a card. Then you're going to pick one of your cards and play it in front of you. Oh, I'll take this 4-4 here, and I'll place it here, connecting my train. I then take all the cards I didn't play, pass it to the next person. They will draw a card and do so. So when the cards come back to me and I'm looking at them, I can attach to this card here, I can attach any green or any 4. I'll take the green 4, sir, and I'll place that there. And then the next time the cards come back to me, let's say these are the cards I get. Now I can put a 4 or a yellow. You'll notice I don't have a 4 or a yellow. But I can take any card I want and place it here like that to form a wild. And the game will continue on like this. Let's say maybe my next card here is a 2-3. I can hook up anything to a wild like that. And then the card after that's another green one. And then after that, I play this 3-3 like that here. So you can see my whole long train. The game will end after a certain number of turns, and again, that's based on the number of players. For this length of 6 train here, that would be a 3-player game. A 2-player game would be 7, a 4-player game would be 5, and a 5-player game would be 4 cards. Now, we simply just add together all the numbers, and that's my score. However, the person who has the longest run of the same color, not counting wild, so here I have 4 green. If I had the longest run of any color, let's say no one else got 4, I would get 4 points. If other people got 4, we would all get 4 points. So tied players would all get that. And if someone else had 5, I would get nothing. The person with the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, you break it by the person who's farthest from the start player. That's pretty much it. There is a small expansion included in the game, which was kind of then fleshed out in a Kickstarter thing, the Caboose expansion, where there are 4 cards that are included. You'll draw one of these at the beginning. For example, here, if you finish your train off with one type of cargo with exactly 5 resources, which I didn't do here, you'll get a bonus of 3 points. Here, finish with the most rail cars of one type of cargo. Probably didn't do that here either. Finish with no 4-4 railcar cards in your train. You do that, you get 6 points. And that's actually these are really interesting. And once again, Crash Games has an expansion which I think should have been included in the base game, because this really helps out a lot. Having one of these gives you another goal other than obviously trying to take the best cards. There are 4 of them in the game, but I wish that all the different ones that have been included were in the base game. But if you can hunt them down, I would, because they help the game out quite a bit. Even though both games are very light and both are high quality, and I have given both of them a seal of approval, I think you'll do fine with either one of them. I actually like this one better. I do like the box. I love these magnetic boxes and stuff. But I also love the graphic design of this. I love the stark trains, the easy to see different colors, and the colors also have different types of railroad cards on them. So in case you're colorblind, like I said, my only big negative with this game is they should have included all those cabooses in the base game. That would have been, to me, just really great. But it's just a simple game. It's very simple. It's a filler game. You play at the beginning of a game meetup or at the end when everyone's tired. I will say this goes up to 5 players, but I found the 5-player game slightly unsatisfying because you only put 4 cars in your train. And even the 4-player game was a little 3 and 2 player though, very fun. I enjoyed it. Building my train, very simple. I like the fact that sometimes, especially in a 2 or 3 player game, you'll sit there and you'll deliberately put a car wild in your train just so you stop someone else from getting a long row of colors or getting a 4-4 that they can put in their train, but you necessarily can't put in yours. Look, there's not going to be lots of thought put into this game. It's not going to inspire long strategy articles on the internet. But it is a great little game that's easy to play, easy to teach, has a great visual appeal, comes presented in a nice package. And that is the perfect definition of an excellent little filler. So that is Yardmaster Express. A cool little game, one you should consider putting in your collection. Dice Tower Judgment? Approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Lockdown.